fucking music is so intense. Oh, whoa. Okay. Sha. Copy. Kofifi. Hi, cat. She doesn't do this when we play Apex. Not really. Once in a great while. Just like every single Horizon video. Cat's like, hi.
Your blade be bright. Be guided by the
10. No, no, there's... Oh, there we go. Copy. Yeah, this is definitely some, like, random quest that I'm set at. So I didn't have anything, like, set up. Oh, I need to make time for those other cauldrons.
Yeah, I haven't went down to them yet or anything.
I only did that first one and that's it. So
Yeah.
I can't override, like, anything. But I also haven't really felt the need to. I got tons of side quests built up. You're just gonna do the Gemini quest? That's where you're at, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we've screwed around enough on the sides for it to, like, we can still just play through the story. Like, I think I did, like, a little bit more than you, but not much at this point. I don't even know how many... Yeah, I can't see what level I am behind my face. No idea. I still don't use the skill thing where you, like, hold down the button and press for the bonus thing.
I don't really use it much either.
I would imagine, like, using that, maybe going through, like, super hard mode, Game Plus, trying to get the trophy or something, but... Yeah, there's, like, this, like, resonator blast thing. I'm like, I don't understand that at all. But that's cool. I mean, I'll level up my spear stuff anyway. Because that's... Why not have a stronger spear, I guess? Yeah, I don't use the warrior bow. I always, even in the first game, I like the hunter bow. It's that nice balance between, like, shooting fast and actually doing damage. I think
Yeah,
the
I could see
warrior
it for
bows,
elemental attacks or whatever.
the warrior bow, I think, has, like, the really slow draw speed and shit, doesn't it?
No, those are the ones that shoot really fast.
It's fast, but they don't feel like they're doing anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do. I still have 5 skill points. I have no interest in spending. Yeah, I was here because of Machine Strike. Went against that Machine Strike expert for what, an hour? Before I was like, oh, I don't have the pieces to fight an expert. Silly goose. Oh, I'm gonna chit chat with all these people. It's gonna be sweet. She really gotta do that right here. The audacity. Leg behind the head and everything. She's like, "Nyah, nyah, nyah, nyah." Oh, what'd you marinate the chicken with? That's what I was gonna ask earlier.
Bunch of everything.
As long as it's like, I'm weird about like, I like that like tanginess with my chicken. It's gotta have like a vinegary tang or something to it. I'm sure that that's probably getting old because that's what I do all the fucking time. Where you're like, can I have some different flavors, please? So I understand if you did not.
Chicken all tastes the same.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
But it has.
That's why you gotta season it properly. Chef. I forget buttons for stuff. It's so weird going from this to, like, Apex to this. Boop. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, I gotta talk to so many people. I'm not gonna do that yet. I feel like it sort of stacks. Oh, I can, like, do that now. That's cool. That's fun. Boop, boop. Ooh. Fully loaded. I'm looking fresh in my sweatpants. You have the same setup? No, where do you get a necklace and shit? What are you wearing?
I don't remember.
I thought you still had that. See, I like that. That's super casual.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
sensitive data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me.
I love Alva.
Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
It's so wholesome. Alva's so wholesome.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with Sio. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we considered the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named Sio, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire, the living embodiment of Ted Faro, the Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
I'm trying to avoid what's going on your screen, but that shit looks like it's getting deep as fuck. I'm like, I just gotta finish listening to what Alva has to say.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no You heard him. Spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's acid. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of...
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of...
Diviners are meant to seek out, and many Imperials spawn the Empire can put to use, thus gaining faith. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truth detrimental to the stability, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to Diviners who break the...
I never had the courage to ask.
The ancestors, is that what your people call the old...
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made one of the ancestors is called... That's how we thought of Sobek. Until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the...
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
All of it comes from some Hunger Games shit.
I need to get going, but if you need anything...
All I need
She's like,
is
life
to
is
help
really
you
great,
succeed in your... The plan
but it's
guides
also
will
not.
help.
I hope so.
Then
She's like, yay, we get more rations because I'm a diviner. Like, that's kind of fucked up. Okay, time to talk to Gaia. I'm curious about this conversation you had with Elizabeth 2.0.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig?
Fucking what?
Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct, but the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 years.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two core. powers. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Well, are we gonna
It looks
count
like we're gonna
on
need Beta Gemini.
Beta?
Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zenith.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Well, fuck. I like Beta. Do I think she should be the other half of a super serious world-saving quest?
Doing this for the team, Aaron.
Probably not.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever. We have a solid plan. You helped come up with it. Without you there, the probability that the Zeniths discover us is high. But with you, that risk is much less. We'll get Hephaestus, get out, and come back here. It'll be okay. No! You can't guarantee that. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect? Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like Having the strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. Like you said, odds are in our favor if I do. We have to succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Oh, that shit deep as fuck.
Whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Is this like Endgame? This sounds kind of Endgame, doesn't it?
The old ones fed off livestock.
I don't
Aloy.
I'm like, I don't think it is
Everything
Endgame.
okay with you, Beta?
I feel like it'd be a little
Sounded like
longer.
you guys had a lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this
But
mean
like,
she's
it
coming
definitely
with us to
sets
Gemini?
itself up
It
as
does.
like you're getting ready for a
I hope
final
you're ready
battle
to
of
rein in the
sorts.
most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
Yeah, this is really feeling
If
like
anyone can make it
Endgame
happen,
shit.
It's you.
Everybody's leaving. She's like, any last words before we all go?
Once Gaia is back in the game, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
Seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to move. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
Him pretending like he didn't totally have a crush on Aloy before he met her.
What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Katalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right. You were right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back, because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
You know, of all the people that I wish they would have kept alive, Ted Farrow wasn't on that list. Ross was.
I'm glad you're coming with me.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Where's my boy? This my boy.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission. We want to be ready to screw up.
You'll do fine, Erend. After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
And what about Catalo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
I do feel like they sort of dumbed down Aaron still. I still feel that way. It bothers me a little bit.
We'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about. Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones used leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. It's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as it did before.
Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we have here, she turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
That sounds like Alva. How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
I should go.
As
you'll hear about it.
Okay, what's going on with it? Why do I have a new... What? Come on, I haven't even talked to everybody. There's so many people here.
Not at all. I was just studying the ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right?
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another. Oh, and if you...
Any more data?
All of it? I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit. But, I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so... free when she did it. Like, every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons...
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail. I've even received some very, you know?
What kind of...
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
Just like I got some combat advice from Catalo. He told me to run.
Must be strange to think
Just
that
in
some
case.
of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth.
Yeah, it is. Part of maybe Nikita around. We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the healer.
See, I do think it is...
ways to extend the ancestors, but my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was. Perhaps it is better not...
Perhaps it's better not to know. Don't you do that to me. I wonder, though, if any of the Zeniths, like, she hinted towards that one chick being, like, really nice. Like, how many of them really want to just, like, destroy everything, and how many of them are just sort of going along with it, you know what I mean? Like, there can't be...
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Can't be, like,
yes.
a full consensus with a group of people.
I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki. Another ancestor. So, the legacy tells us if we can acquire that data, every year my sister gets terrified with Leviathan.
Okay.
That's the thing. But one of our diviners has been exploring the room. Would you come with me? You're much better at fighting.
Of course.
Thank you.
I should go.
May your path lead.
See, that's another thing is like
And
all of the
like I
great
said, I
ancestors,
appreciate
like
it.
they did do wonderful things, but they're not the people who they were not the alphas that saved the world. Like there's an entire group of people that literally dedicated their lives to saving the world, and they were all killed by Ted Faro before the planet fucking got destroyed.
The old ones set off livestock.
And they're like, here's our gods and goddesses. I'm like, no, it's the wrong people. Where the fuck is what's his face? Where's Catallo?
From what I'm reading,
He's literally the last person.
One of those 10 rooms.
Yeah, one of the 10, 11, 12 fucking rooms. Yeah, I can't do any of this, I don't think. What do I need? I can't see behind my face. Sure. We'll just leave it at that.
Which room is it?
For the upgrading shit, like the machines, I think I have to get parts. So like you can do the cauldrons, yeah, but then you have to get the parts for certain ones. For the override, I think probably for what, like...
I can override the Fanghorn.
And I think you can it doesn't specify. Says the override's available, but like...
Oh, but I can't do it because...
You have to like...
Whatever, parts for it.
Yeah, because they have enough data, but it's not like a complete set of data. There he is. I literally just like looked up and saw it. There you are, buddy. I've been looking for you, Kotalo.
Aloy, are you well?
Yeah, always.
Had a bit of an issue with Beta.
It's only like the world's
Really?
ending. It's not even a big
I
deal.
once knew it was deeply
Did he?
in time, but not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that.
He used to have fights with my brother all the time.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for,
Oh.
and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory
Looks
or
like
honor in such a fate.
Final Fantasy character or something.
Hubris. And pointless death.
Yeah, he really
That
does.
sums it up.
See, and he said it best, I think, is that Pharaoh wasn't trying to kill everybody. It was a mistake. Hi, Dead. That's a strange name, but welcome.
Think you're ready to put your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth.
Yeah, they're total
Her mind
opposites,
is
him and
sharp,
Alva.
That much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me. She's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
He's like, if you say so. I
You
don't
nervous
believe
about the
it.
mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. I should go get ready.
I await your...
See, at this point, I'm not feeling like I'm getting like an incredible amount of relevant information. Like, it's just sort of filler. A lot of it. Where's my fucking workbench? There it is. Like, if anything, they're just sort of breaking down shit I already know. What's up with this lightning one? I don't think I need just a spark bow. Yeah, because I already have that on my blast sling outfit upgrades. Hold on. What do I need for this one? Tide, Ripper, Tail, Fin, Bellowback, Primary Nerve. Bellowback. Doesn't matter which Bellowback. And a Tide Ripper. I've only seen like 2 of them in the whole game. It's fine. It's probably fine.
Apparently it tastes worse the longer it takes to be delivered.
Maybe you can find the recipe?
I think it was just flat bread with cheese.
Pizza.
Some sauce.
I like it already.
He's like, pizza? She's like, yeah, apparently it like tastes worse the longer it takes to be delivered or something. Like
So much of who I am is because of him. Even now, he's still teaching me. And he'd probably scold me for taking so long to learn a lesson.
Absolutely, Ross would be like, what the fuck is your problem? Get your shit together.
Like, did you know that they had rainforests? Called them the lungs of the old planet? Apparently they burned them to the ground at some point.
These fun. I did not. Quests. That makes a lot of sense. I was like, because I reselected to get the test thing or whatever. I have to talk to Gaia again. As soon as I walked in that first time and she's like, we have a problem, I'm like, fucking, what? We don't need any more problems. We can handle it.
Hello again, Aloy.
Hello.
Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, 2 heads are better than 1, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Respecters.
I guess we'll talk about, like, these 2 things. Wait. Old World Discoveries?
So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced 1 or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives.
Yeah, we haven't found Elysium yet.
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well
Where
before
is it?
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Huh. What?
Gaia?
It was listening to her story.
Your friend?
Yes.
She was okay. Thanks.
I already heard that before, so I accidentally clicked
So
on it.
what will
again.
happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Why do I feel like shit's absolutely gonna hit the fan the moment we do this?
How's all of us settling in?
Like nothing's gonna be the same as it was.
Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat. I informed her that once I am empowered with the, I may be able to design.
I'm sure she'll like.
She's like, you can like make a maid robot? That's crazy.
When I set out, I never thought we'd be here.
They have all come along. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants once the biosphere has been...
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. So, about Beta. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships. Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia. So our plan... Which is why I got...
Correct. While you were gone, Beta when we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on... The second core is for Hephaestus.
And then you'll be able to absorb...
Not quite. You will...
How long will that take?
Because the work will...
And during that time, the others will create a distraction.
Correct.
Yeah, it just keeps, like, updating the plan.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
Okay, people, it's time to head out.
Together.
Oh, you weren't caught up. Can I still change my outfit? I wanted to change my outfit to battle ready. Oh no! I want to look cool. You gotta look cool. I'm just gonna look like this the whole time. The audacity. I'm gonna change it the moment that I can. Because I can do it right in my inventory. I'm like, hold on guys, I gotta change my clothes before we do this super important world-saving mission. See, I like yours. Yeah. It is strange seeing Beta on, like, horseback, basically. Cowback? And machine back?
Alright, connections in place.
They didn't even, like, we didn't even have to go there. Like, you done did it. We're there, dude. We're doing the mission.
Aloy, I am fully installed on its core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice.
Hey, Dark Lord. How's it going, man?
Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position and mine is too. Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
It concerns me that Beta basically said, like, if this doesn't work out, kill me.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Escape containment. Applying
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
He's pissed. He's so pissed.
It's cracked.
Look!
Machines! That's his power. He's got machines.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come.
Oh boy, I haven't shot on anything all night. Here we go.
They're on to us.
Let's
Stay back.
I gotta remove his gun.
Get back.
Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Hey, listen, I'm working on it, ish. Shut your mouth. I'm missing every single shot. How am I missing every single shot? I need to work on that. I need to work on that.
Draw it away from Beta.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Don't even worry about it.
Stay back.
Oh, that helps.
Get back.
Why has he got a fucking behemoth, first of all?
I'm really angry.
Craft faster. Why aren't you crafting? What the fuck?
Aloy, get a hand over here. Draw it away from Beta.
Aloy?
Stay back.
Grab, 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 grab. There we go. 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 Grab. Grab. Slide. Just slide. Don't just like boop.
Aloy, get a hand over here.
There we go. There we go. Okay, that'll do.
Draw it away from Beta.
You bitch.
Stay back.
Just what I need.
Get back.
It's all done for now. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled.
What do you mean? Stop. This is nuts. Okay, I'm all healed up, basically. So, jump, 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 jump. Okay, doesn't have the thing. That's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core.
You go through the tunnel after what you're doing. Look around. What the fuck do they want me to do? Glide? I forgot I can do that, honestly.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feet. You should know there is a huge power draw coming from the next chamber. Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
What the fuck do they want from me? Ah! I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. I don't want... We don't have to discuss this. This never happened. What happened? I didn't see nothing. I don't know about you guys. It's just crazy. This game is crazy. It just keeps sending me back to the loading screen for no reason. That's weird. Okay.
I'm patched into your focus
It
feet.
wants me to like do.
There's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
I know that.
Thanks for the heads
but
up.
I don't know what it
I'm
wants me to
almost
do with this. Can be moved with the pullcaster. Wow, that's a fun piece of fucking information I could have used forever ago. Oh, over. Up. Up. Over. Aim your hand. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you gotta glide down to the, you're already fucking past that? Are you serious? He was still fighting machines 5 seconds ago.
It's some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What's that down there?
It's a piece of candy or something, I guess.
What
I don't
kind
know.
of machine is it trying to build? I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will listen to where it's getting materials from. I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Follow the conveyors. We're gonna have to fight this thing. Bet. That's fine. I'm not even scared. I'm like a little scared. Not all the way scared. Oh, okay. There's watchers in here. Yeah, this is gonna be really bad.
Go over the shield.
Oh, I have to get up. We're going up. This is probably it up here.
Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it. Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to the power node. I think that could work. I think it could.
Get over there. But how do I get over there? I don't know how you are where you fucking are right now. I'm so lost.
I think you want the other. I think you go first.
You're saying go up top, right? But even then, I didn't see any within jumping range. That's kind of to the right.
Maybe that would work too.
I just don't know how you... Okay, I see. I see. It's right here. I got it. I'm a big brain. I'm just wait for a ride, I guess. Where are they? Oh.
Yeah, you went a different way than I did.
Oh, okay, okay. Bop! Bye!
I should deal with these machines first.
I hit you for 109 fucking damage. And you're still fine. This is bullshit. Run faster, Haley! Okay. Pop him. Yeah! Suck my wiener. Pop! You're literally the dumbest machine. And you're the hardest to kill right now for some reason. Still hear shit though. Are they? Is that this shit? That's just this shit. Okay. We're okay. Everything's fine. Nobody's dying today. I'm not dying today. I don't know about you guys. Okay. Override network. Activating countermeasures. What the fuck? I want to go your way. Your way sounds easier.
Oh, great. More machines on the way. Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I see you, bitch. I know you're there. It's not the point. You fucking asshole. Gotcha, bitch. Ah, run! Yeah! Suck my wiener. Be all on fire and shit. Like them apples. Enjoy them! Enjoy those apples. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Yes! Yes! You're almost dead now. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's only like a raptor robot. It's not even a big deal.
I got them all.
Oh, suck my dick, dude. Like the whole thing.
Control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, I have no idea where you went, but it kind of looks like you're going through the same shit I was, maybe?
Sounds
Possibly.
like it fled to another chamber.
Well, you better not get comfortable.
Oh, I need a minute. I need a minute. This is crazy. So all I can imagine is it looked like you were fighting one of them fucking rabbaroos or whatever. I haven't had to do that yet. All I can imagine is they sort of cycle back.
Great. Festus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a part.
Like, so I'm gonna eventually get to your room, you're gonna eventually get to my room kind of thing?
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out.
Anyways, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one
There's
of the
little
machine
side
carcasses?
rooms you can break through the yellow part and gather shit, just so you know.
And you could reinforce it with
Like
a
they're little
conversion
hidden
cylinder.
areas.
For increased connectivity! I think we can do this, Aloy.
Oh, Beta's starting to believe in the power of friendship. Up, up. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. Stop. 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 Calm down. Everybody calm down. Relax. Jesus. Ah! Okay, fine. The electric floor is not as powerful as it looks. I also have no idea how you went where you fucking went. I don't understand that at all, because it looks like it's leading me there now. That's crazy.
To catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
I pulled that thing out. It went up there.
I don't know how you got up there, though. Probably the same way I literally just did, but, like, that's different. I went a different way.
Go out there and look up to your left.
Hold up. There's goodies. Yeah, I went a whole nother fucking area. Like, not even grabbing onto this shit. That was the first thing they advised me to do, but, like, I didn't.
Just a little longer. Alright. I need to draw the
Get him, get him, get him, get him. Suck my wiener! Yes! I knew it. I saw. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You just worry about it. You gotta wait. You gotta wait your turn, sir. Okay, okay, okay. Grab shit from things. All of the shit. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now we're gonna go around. For all the health we need. So we're gonna go up to the center thing. Little side bit right here. Cool. No, stop doing that, Aloy. You're a goddamn animal.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Flat-horn. That's not good. Missed him. Uh-oh. Now I gotta figure it out. Figuring it out. Okay, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. This is not good though. Okay, we're doing it, we're doing it. Go around, go around, go around, go around, go around, go around. Craft, 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 craft. Done. Bada bing, bada boom! We're fine, we're fine. This is fine. Knock you, bitch. I think we're okay. I think we're okay! Ah! We're gonna be okay in a second. Okay, now we're okay. Now we're okay. Okay.
Node access restored. Now you can override it.
Good work.
You did the heavy lifting.
I'm fine.
Okay. This is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
Machine Hephaestus was moving. It must have finished it.
Powerful. Device. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could disrupt the machine if...
No, Vader. Just stay where you are, okay?
What is it?
Handling the machines now.
What the fuck?
I think it's charging up. Finish charging. It's covered in plasma. There's no more fire.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's fine.
You got plasma on me. It's gonna explode any second.
Weakness. There's water, maybe. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Nope, we're still good, we're still good, still good, still good. He's got me back into a corner, I'm stuck.
Got a break from its plasma attacks.
Gotta move. Come on. We're good. Get up! Why are you crawling right now? Stop doing that. We're not doing that right now. We're running. We're sprinting. Why aren't you sprinting? Aw, suck it, bitch. Aw, this is what you get, honestly, though. You're a fucking animal, aren't you? You're a beast. Okay, heal, 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 heal. Very important that you heal right now, Aloy. Don't fuck around. Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! We almost got it!
It's done. You did it! There should be one more note to override.
Should be no more nothing
Stand
for the
by.
rest of my life,
I'm
okay?
sending Hephaestus back to you.
I quit. I fucking quit. I don't wanna save the world anymore. Jesus. I have no health left. I don't know what to do with my life. Okay, we're fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. It's gonna be alright. Just gotta maintain our composure. I am assuming you haven't done what I just did. It's a lot of dodging. It doesn't like purge water. That's a thing. Keep that in mind. I'm not gonna do that yet. I gotta get stuff. Because this game will just like be like, wow, you're never gonna come back here ever again. Have fun. Look, there's something gold over here. See? This is why we do this. Run. Run, 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 run. I want you to slide. There, that's what I wanted. I love you, Aloy, but you're pissing me off. There we go.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Haven't started the merge yet? We haven't started it? I thought we started it. I thought we already did that.
Is this easy? Aloy, the core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained. Now we better get started with the merge.
I knew it. I knew it!
Well, hello, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
Could really use silence right about now, I'm not even gonna lie. Like if he wanted to just like intervene.
Ooh! Get behind me.
Come on! Quit screwing around.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
No, 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 no!
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing?
No shit!
I can't even see her.
What? You better hurry up, Ryan. I can't speak words.
Beta. Farrell. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay.
This is insane. Well, let's scan. I want to know, was Guy able to complete? Transmission was supposed to be like fucking 4.5 hours.
Some kind of survival bunker. What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain.
See, I was wondering if it was going to become optional.
My favorite pairing on the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, Woman Reading Music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later. Celine and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Celine's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
I can hear those footsteps. like you're pretending like I can't. I can absolutely hear them. They're there. That's a thing that's happening right now. I didn't scan these. I'm gonna scan them so they count as data points. But yeah, something very large is here. Also, can we not talk about this shit? You wanna talk about the paintings? We're not gonna talk about the giant fucking statue?
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's leaded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
Atlas?
A lot of weight on his shoulders.
There's something very fucking big on top of me.
She's pulling out her own hair. Madness out of grief.
Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault.
Oh my
There's
god, the
nothing wrong
sound.
with savoring such treasures for a moment more. Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
I will be back in just a minute. Just letting Ryan catch up. He literally just finished the last cutscene that I was exposed to. Give me just a minute.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen...
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge.
I called this shit. I called it.
With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
This is a lot. Did not think we would be having this conversation, but we're doing it.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it?
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is getting to that base.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus. By tapping them, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more.
Hi,
your
Eve.
Ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
I suspect there's more going on with Tilda and Elizabeth. I suspect that there's more going on with Tilda and Elizabeth than she's letting on. Seemed like a super personal, encounter in the data points. Elizabeth maybe just, like, didn't let her in, but I think they liked each other.
What about you?
What would you like to know?
Start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
This is what I'm talking about, is there's these subtle things when she talks about Elizabeth, right? I think there's more to it. I think there's like a love connection or something there, like, but given the circumstances of the world ending and shit, it didn't work out. Like, I really think that, like, Elizabeth and her were in love. Or at least, like, really close friends. But it hints more at, like, ex-lovers. Like, why would she care about Beta so much and be so fascinated with Aloy? Like, because that's somebody she really cared about.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now, finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here, in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning, a touchy subject in those days, because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life, not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
Well.
First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
What did she whisper?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
It's the first time this game's really like held information back, so it's obviously something of importance.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silen's army away. I don't know. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silen's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with tonight. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Silence to the table.
Not if. When.
Well, shit, let's get... It's just so much,
Aaron,
it's so
you
complicated.
there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Okay, so I need... First, I'm just gonna go straight to this campfire. Oh, boy, there's stuff. Okay, this is a problem. There's a data point. She talked about when you're looking at the paintings, how she invented software that could basically, like, find fakes with the old paintings. It was able to identify fakes with an unprecedented level of accuracy. but it was clear to Sterling executives that the program's ability to match and identify patterns had broad applications outside of the art world, as a tool for security, counter-surveillance, or digital authentication. It could prove just as revolutionary as it had in its intended role. So she might not even be a friend to us or Beta.
Yeah.
She might be the, I'm just checking in with you on a personal level to see if you're up to something. You're telling me after thousands of years she's not gonna, like, side with them a little bit? Come on now. Like, yeah, and it's good that Aloy kept something from her. Aloy's not a fucking idiot. The flood that Tilda survived, that her parents died in, was like, it killed like 100,000 fucking people. So that was when, basically, it sounds like that's when California was basically separated from the United States.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the others in this can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Also, I definitely thought I heard a big-ass machine above us when we were looking at the paintings, and now I know what that was. It's a fucking behemoth chilling out there. That's really cool. 2. I wanted somewhere to fast travel. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen right away, like I thought it might. I can get through them. No, stop.
Okay, better.
Up. Up. Fuck. Bitch. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how you get. Woo! I'm fine. It's fine. Yeah, I almost feel like this Tilda is, she's too good to be true. And Aloy made the right decision in, like, keeping certain information from her.
Yeah.
Because, especially since the software concerns that they had, that's, yeah, it's too fucking coincidental. For them to be like, oh gosh, like, it's really cool that they, like, catch fake paintings, but, what about them being able to, like, fuck with, like, counter security measures and all this other shit? And I'm just like, oh, there it is. Now I'm just like, how is this whole meeting that group of people thing gonna go? Because this is not gonna hit so well at all. We were so fucking close, too. Come on. That's so frustrating. I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. But still.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... At least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
Okay, talk to Zoe.
Keep moving, keep warm.
Over here, Aloy. We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plainsong and... further east, to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Bala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still the sea rises, as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
I'm fine.
I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can.
Oh, fuck.
Now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
God damn it, game. Oh, wait, wrong one. Yeah, I'm manual saving because I never want to fucking do that again. And now I'm gonna go talk to everybody. Why is it in every fucking movie?
Those plants for you. I just know they meant a lot to you, and well.
Thank you.
It's like every movie, every video game. The lady's like, I was gonna tell him I was carrying his child after this super important thing that he died in. Like, I'm like, just it's your thing. Together. Tell him when you know.
Just you wait, Varl. We're taking those space slugs down.
Think you can manage things here while I go help Akaro?
Stopping Regala's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
You shouldn't be fighting anybody, but that's also none of my business.
We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Aaron fought them before, so...
Already asked him to run us through some combat drills. He moves like an oaf, but he's good with that hammer.
We're not gonna discuss if she shouldn't be fighting.
I thought he'd lost revenge like some blood-crazed Tenakth. Wherever your arrow strikes, mine will follow.
Let's get our targets. I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regala, you better return to us in one piece.
I'll try.
Okay, Erend, my big boy.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tanakh.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh. Good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I. I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Dervahl back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
I need to get going.
You better get there before Katalo tries to take on Regala's entire army by himself. Do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
I'll do my best. You look busy.
My studies are a good distraction. Especially after Cauldron Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia, gone. And that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future, too.
We won't let that happen. So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes. I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tanakh. An entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly. How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Erend seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Katalo more than most. If I were this Regala, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Regala still has a lot of machines on her side.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works. Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
What was Leviathan again?
A flood control system back in the Great Delta. It was built by Eileen Sasaki, another of our ancestors. If we can acquire the data on it, we might be able to fix the system back home. Then my sister, my parents, other families won't have to live in fear of their homes washing away when the long rains come.
Right. And to find it, we need to head back to San Francisco. I should get going. Be ready to go on my signal, okay?
I won't let you down.
I know. And I haven't forgotten about the data on Leviathan. I'll let you know when I make it back to landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
We can override the Sunwing.
Now to find a Sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Oh. We're gonna be able to fly with it?
I think that means we can fly. I'm pretty sure that means we can fly. That's dope. Did Katella leave yet?